There you go with your shade. Yazar bilmez insanlar. Doing the same thing all together rather than our sort of fragmented left as we usually are. I may be working with the U.S. campaign to end the Israeli occupation on more of a national level, and I'm in particular very excited about the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement that originated in 2005 with the Palestinian-led call that said, you know, if you can't stop your government, at least stop profiting off of what's happening on individual and institutional level. And that has been really taking off, and it's something that I try to promote wherever I go. And there was really a lot of interest I found at USC and at Columbia College and in Charleston. And I think hopefully coming out of this tour will be groups starting in those different places that weren't there already. And hopefully that can, you know, unify across the state and can actually manifest in following that Palestinian nonviolent call for starting campaigns of BDS, boycott, divestment. So maybe that can come out as we talk here today, not only about, you know, me and about the situation, but what people can do. And I'm really excited to hear what you guys are doing. Maybe you're already doing BDS. I don't know. But I would like to learn from you, because part of what I do is sort of carry what groups are doing in, you know, Iowa to Florida to New Mexico, and sort of try and help us support each other and share with you. I'll just let you guys ask questions, I guess, until my crew has. So President Obama is talking about there being peace in the Middle East in a year, and I am the first to want that to happen, and I hope that it will, but I'm concerned about a number of issues. One of them is that peace needs to be negotiated between the parties, and today the Palestinian elected government has not been allowed to participate. And the reason they have not been allowed to participate is because they haven't met three conditions. And those conditions are to lay down arms, to recognize previous agreements, and to recognize the right of the other to be there. But the funny thing is that Israel has never been asked to fulfill those conditions, and in fact has systematically violated those conditions. And so what we see is a kind of imbalance, a kind of negotiation not between equals, but between one party that has all the power and holds all the cards, and another one that has been left forced to give up oftentimes their rights with nothing in return. And what we can expect, what I expect from such negotiations, more like what you would get between a prisoner and a prison guard trying to make peace or trying to negotiate, is that you can't really expect a fair outcome in that kind of thing. And then the last thing that I'm troubled by is that any just peace should be founded on justice. Any lasting peace needs to have the implementation not only of security for Israel, but full human rights, full implementation of Palestinian human rights as well as Israeli rights. And that means that means justice, that means security for all people involved, and that means equal rights for Palestinians living within Israel. That means an end to the occupation, and that means the right of return for Palestinians as enshrined in international law, a human right that is reaffirmed year after year after year. And so often Palestinians have been put into a position during these negotiations where they are asked to compromise, not on land or on words or whatever it might be. They're asked to compromise on their human rights, and that is not a fair condition to place on Palestinians. Palestinians deserve their full human rights just as Israelis do, and a solution founded on segregation, unequal rights, on discrimination against one segment of the population for the benefit and privilege of the other is not a solid foundation for peace, and simply will not work. And I believe